So I just landed my job and I already want to quit it. For those of you who don't know, I've been on the job hunt for the last couple weeks. That was my full-time job, was getting a job. And now that I've landed it, um, I already hate it so much. Obviously, my plan right now, for those of you who aren't new to the, or who are new to the channel, I'm working entry level minimum wage jobs. I actually landed two recently, so I'm gonna be working two entry level part time jobs. In the meantime, for the short term, for the most obvious stuff, income, and also other stuff too, like structures, time outside the house, stuff like that. But mainly income. Just working two part time jobs. At the moment, in the short run, that's the plan. I don't expect to stay there forever because that's just not the plan. And the long term plan is this YouTube channel. Funny enough, testing this out for 6 months ish, something, I don't know. Give it some time, see where I go with it, if it takes off or not, and then we'll just pivot from that point forward and just figure it out from there. But that's the long-term plan, this YouTube channel, see if I can make this monetizable, make this into something real. And so that's just a little bit of context and about my situation. And just want to talk about, it's so funny because, like I said, I don't plan on working these jobs part-time, these part-time jobs that I'm working, these like dead-end entry-level part-time jobs. But I've only started working my first one at my local gym, front desk at my local gym recently. And I've only worked like maybe 6 or 7 shifts so far. And funny because if you see the time, it's like almost 1 a.m. at this point, and I just got back from my shift. Shift ended at 11 o'clock, and I've only worked around 6 or 7 shifts, and so far it's been, I think, not even 2 whole weeks since I got the job, and I already hate it so much, and I want to quit it so bad for multiple reasons that I'm about to get into. But it's really interesting because, I can't believe these jobs are still minimum wage. It's like that's the first reason why I want to quit working these jobs. Like, I want to quit it. So obviously I want to quit it so badly. But I kind of just have to stick with it for now, for the reasons I just explained. Just a short-term thing, and ideally, I don't even want to be working these jobs within the next 5 years, maybe even less than that, honestly, if you're asking me specifically. And there was no expectations, or there was no reality constraints. I don't even want to be working these part-time jobs that I just started working at for the next not even a year from now. That's how bad I want out. But that's the first reason. Minimum wage pays absolutely nothing in this economy. I mean, I live in California, and maybe the general U.S. average, things are less expensive, but I live in Cali, in SoCal, so it's shit, man, it's so expensive. Everything is expensive these days. And $16.90 per hour, I'm getting paid $16.90 per hour before tax, by the way. So I'm getting paid less, maybe I don't know how much take away after taxes, but less. I'm getting paid less than $16.90 per hour. That's in this economy, that's nothing. Even with the fact that I'm not I live with my parents and stuff like that, and I really don't have any expenses I pay for myself except for food, little stuff. So it's even with that being said, it's still dude, minimum wage in this economy is absolutely nothing. That's why I hate it. One second thing is, I hate having a boss or a manager, because generally I'm that kind of guy where I hate when people tell me what to do. It's just something about me specifically where I just hate when people tell me what to do, especially in this kind of situation dynamic where I have a boss or a manager. I hate that. That's why I'll never want to work a 9 to 5 job in the long run. Traditional 9 to 5. Third thing I'll say is it's not that I shape shift when I go from when I'm not on work to when I go to work. It's not a complete shape shift, but I guess the best way to say it is I put on a mask, when you go to work. I'm sure you probably have as well, to some degree. You do put on a mask when you go to work, And what I mean by when I put on a mask when I go to work is you're not the same, you're in a different environment. It's professional environment, pretty much, and it's like you have to put on a mask to like not like performative, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? It's like you put on this mask where like you have this certain persona or personality, you have to upkeep, you know, you have this certain like pretentiousness about you or whatever the term is, like, you know, you're just like you're a very different person when you're at work versus what typically when you're just not at work. So in that way, if you understand what I'm trying to say with that, it's like you put on this mask when you get to work, and it's like you lose yourself. Like you really just like, it's like parts of your soul are slowly like being ripped apart. Like it's hard to like put it in words, but for those that have work jobs, especially soul, like really draining and soul draining jobs, or just honestly any job in general, just like jobs in general, if you work jobs, you know what I'm trying to say with that, you know. Another thing, like you don't control your schedule or your hours, you know, in that way you don't really control your time. Another thing I hate about it is like your wage is capped. Like you can, I mean, like for my job specifically, that one of those part-time jobs, which is at my front desk gym that I've been talking about, I do get paid hourly and I get commission, but it's like for like stuff I can do extra, like calls and stuff like that, I get paid commission, not just hourly. But even with commission, it's like it really doesn't make a difference. Like I said, with how the economy and how everything is expensive these days, it helps, sure, but like in the grand scheme of things, like the commission I earn is like, along with the hourly wage, it's just like, it's just hilarious. It's really just a joke. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like so many things. And I was having this conversation with a person that actually used to work at that gym, that front desk at my gym that I now work at. I had that conversation on my shift earlier today, during the middle of it, when it wasn't too busy. And he was telling me about like how like basically kind of the same things I was telling you, but well, not really in that detail, because like we didn't talk for too long. But he was kind of saying like, yeah, bro. He was like agreeing with me on like, you know, the wages, like getting paid minimum wage just to do that kind of job is just like it's not worth it, you know, especially if you're trying to be like get somewhere better in life, you know. And he was just saying like, yeah, dude, don't get, one thing I'll tell you is like, this is what he's saying verbatim, like, you know, one thing I'll tell you is, you know, just don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable at that job. I'm telling you right now, do not get comfortable at that job. And I know exactly what he meant when he said that, because, you know, with this kind of dead end jobs and stuff like that, you're kind of doing the same things over and over again. You get comfortable in that way, and, you know, it eventually becomes super easy and monotonous. You kind of know what the job already demands after even like working there only for a few times. And then after that, it's like smooth sailing. But like, that's the trap, where like, because it's like the job is so easy, it's like a trap, because since the job is so easy and it's like it's repetitive for the most part, like you know what you're doing every day, every time you come into work, it's like a trap, because that's what keeps you like comfortable. Like, it's just like, how do I explain this? Like, it's just what, since it's super easy, you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna keep riding this wave, I'm just gonna keep doing this job, you know. Maybe I'll get out one day, you know, maybe one day I'll get out somehow, some way. But that's the trap. One day becomes 1 month. 1 month becomes 6 months. 6 months become a year. A year becomes 2 years. 2 years become 5. 5 becomes 10. And you look back, a decade's already gone, and you're like, man, I'm still here. Like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm still here 10 years later. Like, you know, there you go. You know, the whole decade's gone, and, you know, now you're still there. That's the trap. And I'm really trying to make it. Really trying to get out of this as soon as my situation allows it. And it's with conditions that and it's external circumstances that I really can't control 100%. But I just got to keep going. Yeah, man, I'm gassed. I don't know if you could tell, my energy level is like, I'm really trying to make this video. But you got to show up every day, you know, no matter what. Yeah, man. No, if you have, I'll end it with this. You know, if you're in a certain similar situation to mine in some regard, where like, you know, you have bigger aspirations, you're stuck at this dead end job or whatever, and you're trying to get out, just keep going, bro. Don't forget, your long-term plan. That's the biggest thing, like I said, with the whole concept of the trap. Don't forget that, man. It's just like, yeah, don't forget that you have a larger vision to achieve. You have something somewhere bigger and better you need to be, and that whatever you're doing in the short term, don't get comfortable there. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Yeah, that's it.